Hey everyone, and welcome to Nutty Chess Tips with me, Nutty T. Today I'm going to show you 3 traps against the London system. So, as usual, check it out. Trap number 1, d4, d5, bishop f4. With the London system, they're usually trying to get this nice pyramid, pawn chain, get their knight to f3, their bishop to d3 and their knight to d2. Now we carry on with our trap and we go h5. Now we're trying to trap this bishop, and if they go e3, they've just fallen into our trap. So we continue with e5, and now they cannot take with the bishop, they cannot take with the pawn. If they take with the bishop, we simply go f6. Now they usually go bishop g3, and now we push a pawn to h4. If they go bishop f4, we simply go g5, and now this bishop is trapped. So let's go back. What if they take with the pawn? Then we simply go g5. The only space is bishop g3, and now we push this h-pawn again, and the bishop is trapped. So let's go to trap 2. d4, and now my favourite move, knight f6. Now if your opponent tries playing the Queen's Gambit with c4, I just like to play the Fajarowicz Gambit. I'll put a link in the cut above so you can see those traps. But today we're concentrating on the London system, so bishop f4. I have got this trap multiple times in blitz games and it works pretty good. So I just push a pawn to c6. If your opponent goes e3, we have this move g5. It looks like a free pawn, but if your opponent gets greedy and takes this pawn, we have this lovely move, boom, queen check, and it's also eyeing up the bishop. So when they cover, we simply whip off this bishop and we're winning in this position. So let's go back. You may be saying, but James, what if the bishop goes to g3? Well, here I just recommend getting your knight to e4 and play chess. Now, trap number 3, d4. My favourite move, knight f6. Bishop f4, and now we go d5. e3. We just protect this pawn with c6. They usually go knight f3. We bring this queen out to threaten the pawn. If your opponent goes b3, now we go knight h5. And if your opponent goes for the g3 space with the bishop, we simply whip off the bishop. We look to push this g-pawn to g6, fianchetto the bishop and get castled. However, if your opponent goes for this move, bishop g5, this is where our trap comes in. So we go h6, and when they retreat the bishop to h4, knight d7. Now, if they just develop normally, we simply go g5, and now bishop g3, knight takes bishop, pawn takes knight, and then bishop g7. And as you can see, we've got this nice diagonal, and we go to push the pawns to break in the center and go for this weak knight. But what happens if your opponent goes knight e5, eyeing up this knight and doing a discovery on this knight? Well, here we simply take the knight, and if they go queen takes on h5. Now we go knight g4. Now if they go bishop g3, trying to stop this queen trap, we have this lovely move g6. When the queen moves to h4, we go bishop g7. They usually go h3, and now we have this lovely move, boom, and the queen is trapped. So let's go back. Now what if your opponent plays the best move, which is bishop d3, rook g8, and now if they castle, we simply go g6, and the queen is trapped. So let's go back. After we take this knight, what if your opponent takes with the pawn? And now we have this nice move, skadoosh. And as you can see, we're checking the king as well as eyeing up this bishop. So it's just losing for white. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the other videos. Let me know what you think in the comments, and it's nice.